on the video version, recorded version on YouTube or wherever you may be seeing it. On the bottom right-hand side of the screen, go ahead and click the subscribe button to get on the YouTube page as a person that will get an email every single time we drop a video. We normally do 2 videos a week here with Training by Dunbar. So today we're going to be talking a little bit about the personal branding blueprint, and we're going to be going over actually a couple things on that, because I'm getting some emails and some of my surveys. I'm getting responses that people want to know more on branding themselves as they're part of a bigger organization. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about that because that is definitely how you separate yourself in a place. I'm sorry. That's exactly how you separate yourself in a place where you've got some other things going on, some other organizations going on, but you want to stand alone. So again, whether you're a fitness trainer, whether you're in network marketing, whether you're an insurance agent, realtor, you always will have a bigger outfit that you're a part of. And if you're a part of that bigger outfit, you want to be able to stand out and specifically find things that you want to do. So if you're a realtor and you say, hey, look, but I'm a commercial realtor, or I help people who are low income, or I help people who are I help people who have families that are trying to get into a house that fit family. Everybody can find a niche or a specific thing that they can do to put themselves in a position where they can market to just a niche. And niche marketing is really good to be able to do, because sometimes we believe that we've got to have like thousands and thousands of customers to be at the income level that we want. And really you don't. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys a few slides, but I'm also gonna be going to an ebook. So what I'm doing is I've got a lot of ebooks kind of delivering a little bit at a time. And I'm gonna be training through the ebooks so that when people have the ebook, they'll have a better idea of how to decipher what things mean in the books and things of that nature. So I do have some slides, but I will be resorting to the book so people can see exactly where some of the information is coming from out of these different books that I have being created, so that people have something tangible, not just these slides and not just the training videos that you can pull up on YouTube. So I want to make sure people have I know some people are visual and it's like, hey, look, can I have this at my home or whatever the case may be? And that way you'll be able to do that. So just remember, guys, the slide that was up before this, just stay in touch with us on all the different social media platforms. Follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, all those things. Subscribe to the YouTube channel like we ask. And also we want you to keep in mind that the website, most of what I do is connected to the website as well. So if you go to trainingbydunbar.com, you'll see our free training videos. Any ebooks that we release, you'll see them on there as well in the ebook section. Whether you're looking for entrepreneurial coaching or maybe some health advice, whether you're trying to lose weight, maybe you're trying to get yourself in a position to go to a family reunion or a high school reunion or whatever the case may be, those are all things that I coach on. You can get a free consultation when you go to the website. As soon as you go to the website, a dialogue box will open up that will allow you to get free consultation and advice, and then you just let us know. It'll ask you some questions and you can answer those questions, which will let us know when we receive that what it is you're looking to get coached on. So just keep that in mind as you move forward. So I appreciate you guys for waiting so patiently for this. So now I'm done with all of the political hoopla that I had to deal with with releasing the book. Everything's good now. So book is released. So you guys will be getting this email showing the book. I'm also going to be giving you guys a free ebook as well, because you guys were so patient. I'm telling you, I had probably 15 or 20 people that was like adamant about like, hey man, what's going on? Everybody else was really patient, so I really appreciate that, guys. I had a couple of little hiccups that happened, but everything's good now. So I couldn't release before they told me that, okay, you can let it go. So I did things differently on these other books. So anybody who bought the network marketing as an entrepreneur book, you're receiving the email with the entire book, with everything. You'll be receiving that email within the next 1 or 2 days. But I'm also going to be giving you guys another ebook that I'm selling for $6.97. I'm giving that to all the people who bought this book at no cost. So I'm going to be giving you a password where you can go in and put the password in, and it will allow you to get the book at no cost. So everybody who bought this book, I have a list of the people because obviously it went through a process to buy it. So you will get an email, and that password, you can go in to buy the book for the Instagram ebook. And it's the Instagram ebook is about monetizing yourself on Instagram. So if you're interested in that book, and even if you're not interested in it, it's free for you. So I would get it anyway. But it's a cheat sheet. It's a resource guide, and it's also just like an 11-page checklist on things you can do on Instagram to really monetize that. And what I mean by monetize it is if you're already on social media, then you might as well monetize YouTube, monetize those Instagram and those social media platforms while you're promoting whatever business that you're promoting there, because you're already on there promoting anyway. So that's going to show you how to do that. So I will give you the code for that. You go in, put that promotion code in, and it'll zero the book out, and you guys will get that book at no cost. There's also 4 articles that go along with that book that'll tell you better on how to use Instagram as well if you're an Instagram user. So you guys will be getting that as a bonus. So remember the book, Network Marketing as an Entrepreneur, Preparation for Becoming an Entrepreneur. So great read for you there. The personal branding blueprint, what we're going to be talking about today. So what is your purpose for branding? Who is your audience, and are you consistent? What social media platforms will best benefit your personal brand? And then building an accessible community, right? And that's through your different social media platforms, Facebook groups and things like that. Creating that area for you to go in those areas and get your own business. So it's like bringing those group of people to you. And I'll talk a little bit about that as we go through these different slides here. And as we go through the actual ebook information I told you I was going to have. So what is your purpose for branding, right? So it says this is a very abstract and confronting question. It is prudent to note that this phase of developing your personal branding strategy will require some deep reflection and introspective thinking. While it is intense, you will know yourself and what you want your dream to look like better by the end. So what I'm going to be talking about here in this first part is, right, understanding how you should be connecting that branding to you so that you're kind of selling yourself, because that's what makes, I think I mentioned this a few weeks ago. The reason why I have training by Dunbar is because it brands me as me, because what people most liked about my training is that it was specific and I trained a certain way. So I branded myself around that. And that's what we all have to do. And I'm gonna give you guys some ideas on how to do that, of course, in these next few slides and on some pages out of the ebook itself. So you need to be able to understand yourself, including your motivations and personality, in order to harness the best elements of it to shine in your personal branding. And again, you can do this while you're a part of a bigger outfit. So don't let you being a part of a bigger outfit stop you. These are multiple things that need to be considered, and different people value them in different ways. You need to decide which are the most important and most relevant attributes to be manipulated in your personal branding. It can be helpful to make a list of the following. Now, I'm gonna show you guys a list here. That's not gonna be the list, so hold on, give me a second. I got a list I'm gonna show you guys. All right, so here, I hope you guys can all see this. Personal branding blueprint. So this is just a list of some things, right? Past successes, strengths, goals, experiences, passions, personal traits, values, beliefs, interests. Like those are things that you have to look at about yourself as you're branding yourself. And a lot of people, they're so interested in what color I'm going to use and what my tagline is going to be. And those things are part of building your logo and building your brand as far as your visual brand. But how much is your brand connecting to you? So if I'm a personal trainer and I used to be 300 pounds and I got myself down to 200 pounds because that's where I felt like I wanted to be, and my story is I lost 100 pounds. Or if I'm a realtor and I was homeless at one time, right? I was homeless, and then I got a job working at a real estate office as an assistant, and then I bought my first house, And then I started helping people buy houses, and I target people who are first-time home buyers, right? That's a story. I'm connected that to past successes. If I lost 100 pounds, I may be good at that. So it may be part of my strengths. Or I may have had a goal to reach to do that. Or maybe I was going to my high school reunion, and back when I was in high school, I was overweight and people picked on me. And over the last X amount of years, I got myself in shape. And I'm waiting to go back to my high school reunion, and I make sure that I look really good before I go there, right? That could be a goal that I have, and it could be based on experiences, right? So these are different things that you should be looking at when you're building your brand. And this is all part of you being a part of something that makes you being a part. Let me see if I can word that differently. This is like when you're building your business, if you aren't passionate about what you're doing, if you are not really involved as a passionate person, then you'll get bored with it. Like, because sometimes your business can be mundane. And if you are really passionate about it, then you start to look to sell it later on, or you get tired of dealing with the ins and outs of the business. That's why it's so important to do what you love. And that's why it's so important to brand your business based on who you really are as a person, as a part of your story. So when I hear so many people tell their stories, I don't care whether it's a Grant Cardone and his story. So for those who follow Grant Cardone at all, you will hear his story about all the different things he went through, about being a drug addict and being kicked out of his mom's house, and his mother not letting him in the house, his mother's husband not wanting him around, and him mugging people and just getting in trouble and doing all kind of stuff when he was just kind of in a bad place. And he tells that story, and he tells that's what made him turn his life around when his mom had finally had got to her last straw and was like, don't come around no more. And when that happened, he really started getting himself together, because he felt like his mother didn't even want to deal with him no more. And that's one of the stories you may hear Grant Cardone talk about if you ever follow him for any significant amount of time. And that was part of his passion to kind of build into what he's built into. And he is one of the most successful trainers and entrepreneurs as it comes to real estate and the other things he's involved in right now, simply because of his story and his experiences and the things that he used to kind of push forward. So it's so many things that you can use to build a brand on yourself, but you really will create a liking and a following when you create that brand based on who you are and based on everything that you can kind of pull around yourself with these different things. So those are the kind of the things that we're talking about. So it says here, what are the words that you want to be used in and associated with your brand? Write down as many things as you can think of for each of the aforementioned categories. Then go through and highlight the ones that stand out to you. They should be most important and most usable ones that have the ability to inspire your branding. Do not be afraid to use your life, your experiences, strengths, and ambitions, and what make you you. They are what will make your audience connect with you. So you want to make sure that you're doing those things, because again, you want that niche, you want those people. So let's I talked about fitness, I talked about real estate. So let's talk about network marketing. And of course, I'm gonna talk about Legal Shield because I've got more experience in that. So you've got different things. So you got some women that are like women of power, that are independent women, that believe in women making a difference in the world, whether it be from being moms or being part of the workforce, or being an independent person that runs their household, whatever their drive is as a woman, to be this woman on stage to say, hey, I represent women. So we, in Legal Shield, there's something called Ladies of Justice. So how do you attach to that? Like, how do you brand yourself to that if you choose to? Because you may not be interested in Ladies of Justice. You may just be saying, hey, I'm going to be doing group and benefits, and maybe that's the area that you're going to move. Maybe you're going to do small business plans. I don't know what you're going to do. But if you're in Legal Shield and you're saying, I'm a Lady of Justice, what brands you as a Lady of Justice, and are you using that branding? Are you using that Ladies of Justice site? Do you have the Ladies of Justice clothing? Are you representing the Ladies of Justice and saying that more than you're saying Legal Shield? Because if you are, that's why you should be doing that. You should be branding yourself as a Lady of Justice, because that's kind of what's making you who you are. is in that space, not making you who you are, but making you who you are in your business. If you're saying I'm a lady of justice and I'm recruiting people who want to make a difference, and I'm selling memberships because this membership makes a difference. Those are all things that will come to fruition. And if you've got a story to connect with that, then it just makes it all much better as you continue to build your brand. And that's what makes it fun, because when you're starting to create things and do marketing, all of those things work so much better when you actually have a story that you can connect to it. So let's look at, like, what is your audience and are you consistent? Because that's the issue that I see with a lot of my clients. I'm using two computers here, guys, so just bear with me. All right. So when it comes to who is your audience and as far as the consistency and things of that nature. All right. Things of that nature, you want to look at who is going to be your audience: age, location, gender, lifestyle, education. So let's go back to a personal trainer. So a personal trainer could be dealing with people at a certain age. Maybe they're looking for to help millennials work out. Maybe they're looking for elderly or seniors that are saying, "Hey, look, I'm in my 60s and I want to get in shape. I'm in my 60s and I'm diabetic, and my doctor told me if I lose 20 pounds and change my diet, then I can stop having to prick myself every morning." You know, whatever it could be, right? It could be location. Maybe as a personal trainer, you're only looking to get clients in a specific area where you live at, right? So you're a part of that gym. It could be LA Fitness. It could be Planet Fitness. It could be any of these, you know, big gyms that allow personal trainers to work through them. It could be a lifestyle that you're looking for. So maybe somebody has husbands and wives have lifestyle, and it's like, hey, this husband, they bike and they work out together. And maybe that's the client that you're looking for. You're looking for husband and wife that work out together. So there's so many ways that you can figure out what audience you want and then target that audience. That's what's so important. So let's just say I'm looking for CDL, right? So that would be a lifestyle. So one of the areas that I work in Legal Shield is the CDLP space. That's a lifestyle, right? The commercial drivers are a specific lifestyle. So we offer a CDL plan, a commercial driver's legal plan, that are specifically for that group of people. So if I was going out and only targeting transportation companies and only targeting CDL drivers, so my audience is CDL, so I know how to market, I know how to brand, I know what kind of material to put out, because I've narrowed down my branding to a specific audience. So that would be an example of, you know, in that sales position with Legal Shield. Maybe I'm on a networking side of a network marketing company, and I'm saying, okay, who am I looking to recruit? Maybe I'm a lady of justice, and I'm really only building with women. Maybe I want a team full of women. Maybe I'm in Ladies of Justice and I'm trying to build, maybe I'm in Legal Shield and I want to build a Spanish leg or a Spanish organization. So I'm targeting just Hispanics and doing, you know, Legal Shield in Espanol, right? Like I said about lifestyle with the realtor, maybe I'm a realtor and I'm saying, look, I'm only looking for families. I'm helping families get into homes. I'm not looking for individuals. I'm not looking for single people. So there's so many ways that you can create a niche, and it makes it easier for you to brand and market yourself when you have a niche like that. Because if you're making YouTube videos, if you're on social media, there's only a specific amount of materials you're going to have available to push out to people if you have a specific niche as you market yourself. So who is your audience? So it says, now that you have figured out a little more about who you are, you need to select your target audience. Defining your target audience means that you can tailor your content and marketing specifically and efficiently towards them. To do this, it can be helpful to come up with a specific image of a consumer. First, what is the main demographic of your target audience? This includes things like, and then you have that there. So let me back up for a second to give you guys just a little bit of an exercise here, right? So here in this last paragraph, it says there are multiple things that need to be considered, and different people value them in different ways. You need to decide which are the most important and most relevant attributes to be manipulated into your personal branding. It can be helpful to make a list of the following. So I would ask you guys to do this. And I'm just going to time it for like 2 minutes, guys. Just 2 minutes, just because I know if you start working on something, then you'll continue to build into it. So just 2 minutes, and I'm gonna set my timer here on my watch. What are your past successes, strengths, goals, experiences, passions? Like, just put a list of things down that can associate you with the kind of person you are, so that you can look at, like, how are you branding yourself when you're recruiting? How are you branding yourself when you're selling? How are you putting yourself out there on social media, or if you're making videos through YouTube, or if you're in the Chamber of Commerce, if you're in a BNI? Like, how are you, like, are these people associating you with Legal Shield? Are they associating you with LA Fitness? Are they associating you with Watson Realty? Or are they associating you with your personal brand? That's what you have to ask yourself. So if anybody has any questions about what I'm talking about, go ahead and go in the chat. Put that, if you guys understand what I'm saying, just put yes in the chat, so I know that you guys are doing it. But if just 2 minutes, guys, and just kind of make a list, write it down so you can start looking at kind of where you at on those things. And I'm setting this timer now. Think about things that are associated with you. Think about your experiences. Think about your passions. Think about your personality traits. Think about your values. Think about your beliefs. Think about your interests, your strengths. Do you love family? Do you love religion? Do you love both? What do you like to do with your time? 30 seconds. Ten seconds. All right, fantastic. So anybody want to tell me a couple things they put for themselves? Anybody want to unmute and tell me a couple things they put for themselves? Going once? Going twice? We got some shy people on the line, huh? All right, so.
Yes, sir, I go.
Oh, go ahead. I think I heard you. Was that you, Bob?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Personality and religion, and I'm family oriented, and I'm committed.
You said personality, religion, and what else?
Great customer service skills, and dedicated, and family oriented.
Gotcha. And see, like, those are things that when you put those out there and that's part of your branding, that will attract people. You'll see here in the next couple of pages of this in this book, where we're going to talk about psychological. And you guys have heard me say this, a dozen times over, how selling is psychological, branding is psychological. Those are things that you will attract people based on how you're branding yourself, because you're branding yourself based on those beliefs. Could be religion, could be family, could be, and somebody else is attracted to that. and they now become a customer because of the way that you are branding yourself. So when it says who is your audience, right? Let's go down a little bit more. Remember we talked about these things. What is the main demographic of your target audience? Age, location, gender, lifestyle, education, financial situation, technological use, family living situation. Then you need to think about them in a more psychological way. What do those people want? What do those people need? What challenges do they face? What do they believe? What are their attitudes and behaviors? So let's take a realtor saying, okay, I'm going to work with low income people as far as housing. I'm going to work with people, this is their first time buying a home. Well, guess what? What do they want? What do they need? What challenges do they face? So if I'm a realtor and I'm saying I'm going to help low income people, what are one of the challenges that my clientele is going to face? I need to know that ahead of time, that they're low income. So to qualify for that house, that may be difficult because they're low income. To put up the money for the deposit for their house, you may have to find programs that will take a lower amount and things like that. First time home buyer programs. So these are things that you're going to have to put in your branding. So what does that mean? When I go to social media, I'm going to say things like, hey guys, I love assisting people in buying homes. So if you're a first time home buyer, please come see me because I've got dozens of programs for first time home buyers. So that we will be able to qualify based on governmental programs or whatever kind of programs you have through lenders or through government or through whatever. So you're branding yourself that way. You're posting things that way. You're setting things up that way simply because that is the way that you can build that business out. So let's say, again, I'm in network marketing. So if I'm in network marketing and I'm looking at doing this and they're saying, hey, and look, like think about things in a more psychological way. So I'm in network marketing and I'm looking to recruit people, right? So who am I looking to recruit? Am I a lady of justice looking to recruit other women, right? And ladies of justice? Am I an insurance agent looking to recruit other insurance agents? If that's the case, then what do those people want? What do they need? And what challenges do they face? Right? What do they believe in? What are their attitudes and what are their behaviors? Those are the things that I'm going to have to figure out when I'm bringing those people in. So if I'm looking for nothing but women to join my team, is one of the challenges that I'm having that the women don't have as much free time because they're the ones taking care of the home. That may be a challenge that I'm having as a woman. I need to know that that's a challenge and say, okay, let's do home parties and allow the kids to come, like something that Ladies of Justice does. So you have to look at all of those different things as you're building out your business. So you're saying, hey, I'm branding myself online as a leader, as a person that can help people work from home and build a business, right? Network marketing in general. So if I'm looking at that in general, and I'm saying as a network marketer in general, I'm looking for people who are looking to work from home, something that people were doing when COVID hit. I'm looking for people that are looking to work from home. Well, what are the challenges that you're going to have recruiting and looking for people that want to work from home? You're going to have that challenge of them never owning a business and being the kind of person that says, you know what, I'm used to having a 9-to-5. I'm used to having a boss. I'm used to having a supervisor. I'm not used to working on my own. So this is difficult. So you may have to train them a specific way because that's what you're looking for. So just keep in mind, these are all going to be things that you have to keep in mind are going to be part of you building a business. Yes, you guys follow that? So it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you want to narrow it down so that you say, okay, my niche market does this. I'm going to be doing this in my business. I want to focus on employee benefits. Okay, if you're going to focus on employee benefits and selling the plan to HR reps and companies that offer it to the employees, okay, so guess what? What am I looking for? Okay, so let's look up at the first list of things, from age down to family living situations. So what am I looking for my target audience in that list, right? So it's not age because it's a company. It's not location unless you're only looking for companies that are in your area to do benefits, right? Gender, you're not looking for a specific gender. You're not looking for a lifestyle. What you're looking for is companies to offer this as a benefit. So you're not looking to do B to C, which is business to customer. You're looking to do B to B, which is business to business, which is why they call it the B2B marketplace. So now you're going to say, okay, so you need to think about in a more psychological way, what do those people need, right? What do they want? What do they need? So when you go to go do benefits, what do they need? What they need is a low price, which is why I tell people when you're offering the benefit, to offer it at $18.95, because HR reps want the lowest price benefit. So one of the challenges that you can face when you go into the benefits area is say, oh, I want to sell this plan for $23.95 because I can make more money. And what you'll find out at is in the benefit space, you need to market it for $18.95 because HR reps want the lowest price point for their customers, right? So you also have to know, look at the bottom bullet point on the psychological weight. What are their attitudes and behaviors? You have to know when you're going in to talk to a company what the attitudes and behaviors are of an HR rep. That's all part of you branding, because that's going to be how you branding how you're delivering the email with the information. That's all part of branding, guys. When I send an email out to somebody, there's branding all throughout my email. So if I'm telling people I have a now, what we call a right now benefit that is affordable. So I'm branding myself as having a benefit that's now. What do I mean by a now benefit? That means that it's not like life insurance, that it only works when somebody dies. It's not like an Aflac product where I can use it if I get injured. It's a now benefit, meaning that I can get this and call an attorney and use it right now. And it's affordable. So I may be marketing and branding myself that way. So guys, we don't look at it that way, but that's all part of branding yourself when you go into a place. And that's what makes you stand out outside of somebody else that goes in and says, oh, well, I'm Aflac, and this is what Aflac offers. Well, you can go in and say, hey, I'm Miss Brady, I'm Bob Frazier, I'm Clarence Gall, I'm whoever. And what I do is I offer a now benefit that's affordable. So you have to kind of take ownership of that when you're going in that space. And even on the network marketing side, guess what? There's dozens of network marketing companies, guys. There's dozens of people that call themselves leaders, right? I'm a leader in network marketing. You know, I want to build a team. Well, what makes you stand apart from the guy that's in some other network marketing company that lives a block away from you? What's the difference between you and that other company that's in the same hotel that you're inviting somebody to a meeting to, right? They're calling themselves a leader too, and they're saying that they can help them build from home too. So how are you branding yourself? How are you standing alone so let's look at a Darnell Self. Darnell Self will send out videos talking about the ring earner trips and the boat trips that he does with the people that are on his team. Every leader doesn't do that. Every leader doesn't take their ring earners on a yacht boat trip for 5 days once a year. That's something that he's branded himself with, right? He's branded himself with the Team New Vision logo and faith, family, finance. So some people are saying, what do you believe in, right? I heard Bob Frazier talk about family and talk about religion as part of his branding. Well, guess what? Part of Team New Vision's branding is faith, family, finance. That attracts a lot of people, right? So now Team New Vision is getting a lot more widespread as far as diverse. So Team New Vision was primarily African American, and it still is primarily African American, but we're starting to get a lot more people in Team New Vision that are Hispanic, that are white Americans, that are Indian people, that are joint Caribbean people, a lot of Caribbean people. Now we got a whole lot of Africans inside of Team New Vision. So the culture and the diversity is starting to change that organization. But 10 years ago, when it was just like 95% of Team New Vision was African American, well, part of that branding was some people that wanted to be a part of an African American organization, they were joining Team New Vision. So there's always different ways of branding yourself. How does the Asian American Chamber of Commerce brand themselves? They're only looking for people that's Asian American. How does the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce market themselves? They marketing themselves to Hispanics, guys. You see what I mean? So everybody has to find a niche and then brand themselves, and you've got to do that. So even though Team New Vision is a part of Legal Shield, which is a bigger billion-dollar company, that $1 million organization has its own brand with under that umbrella. So those are all things that we have to realize. So defining your target audience as specifically as possible is a great way to make sure that your branding can be optimized to your potential future customers. And that's really what you're looking for. And what about your consistency? So when we're talking about being consistent, right? So let me see here. I got some things on that, but I want to go to something here first. All right, so consistency, right? We can discuss consistency in two ways. There is the more media-orientated levels of professional consistency, and then the engagement consistency. The first of these is something that that can very easily be achieved. It is so simple that if it is missing from your personal branding, it instantly stands out and makes you seem unprofessional. It is pivotal that aesthetically your content is consistent. This means making sure that you have good quality photos, recognizable logo, and unique design that makes you stand out. You should consistently use the same colors and fonts. Let me stop there for a second. If you're saying, hey, I'm not going to create a logo or any of that. I'm a network marketer. I'm in Legal Shield. I'm using this stuff. Okay, great. Use the Legal Shield logo. That's totally fine. Make sure that you're not using the old prepaid legal logo, the second Legal Shield logo that's got the blue, the navy blue, and the gold or yellow, however you want to name that color, in it with the little glow that goes over Legal Shield. And then you also got clothes with the shield that's purple now. That's inconsistent. You can't be sending material out to companies and you got old Legal Shield stuff and new Legal Shield stuff, because it's inconsistencies and it looks unprofessional. So this is what we mean by being consistent. If you're posting on social media, then post consistently. Not only consistently, meaning daily or weekly or however often you're posting, but also make sure you're posting based on how you're branding yourself. Don't be a millennial on Monday, Hispanic on Tuesday, a lady of justice on Wednesday, a network marketer on Thursday, B2B on Friday. Like you're posting too many different things. Like for those on this training right now who follow me on Facebook at all, do you ever see me post anything on B2B? Never. I never post B2B stuff on Facebook. I do business solutions, but I never post business solution stuff. The only thing you see me posting as business solutions is CDLP related, and that's all under that brand. So I try not to be confusing, like, okay, I'm a B2B guy, I've got millennials on my team, I'm a network marketer, because you confuse people that are following you to see whether or not they want to work with you or not. You can't be doing the idea today. Every time Legal Shield creates a promotion, you blast it on whatever media that you're on. You got to be consistent. If you're going to be in a chamber of commerce, when you go in there, what are you going in there to do? Are you going in there to market Legal Shield as a benefit to companies, or are you going in there to actually recruit people, which you shouldn't be doing, but that's a whole nother training. And see, that's the problem. You go in there and it's like, I'm going to get whatever business I can get. That's not the way that works. You don't go in to get whatever business you can get. You go in there with a niche and you stick to that niche. Because how do you turn down business? Right? Because part of growing a business is the ability, if you're not turning down business, then you don't have a full running business. That's just the bottom line. That's just the bottom line. That's like saying, like, I'm married and I'm not turning down people. How does that work? Right? When you're dating, you're dating. When you get married, there's no more dating. You don't accept dates anymore. You don't accept phone numbers anymore, right? You don't do anything that daters do because you're now married. Like, you're consistent. Like, what you got going on is what you got going on. You guys follow that? So it's the same thing. That's the way it's supposed to work, at least, right? Of course, we know that's not always the way it works, but you guys follow what I'm saying, right? It's the consistency. So what are you turning down? What are you turning down? What business are you turning down? So if you ever hear me train on working with chamber and BNI and things like that, If you ever hear me talking about those things or heard me train on it, you will hear me say consistently, if you're in the chamber, don't sell individual memberships because you look petty. You look really small business and people are going to run from you because every time they see you, it's like, oh my God, here come Melissa. She's trying to sell me this $25 legal plan, right? Nobody wants to get chased down by the Legal Shield's membership seller. If you go inside the chamber of BNI as I'm business solutions. Oh, what does that mean? Well, I'm here to solve the challenge that businesses are having with their employees not having access to an attorney. I'm here to solve the problem of so many people not having a will, but I felt like I wanted to get in front of as many people as I could. So I decided to offer this product through employers because they have people that they're offering benefits to all the time. So basically for about $18.95 a month or X amount of dollars a week, the employees that work at this company can get a will done at no cost. We're coming off of an epidemic where people died at all ages without even knowing that they could even get sick that easy. We don't need that to happen again. And I felt like the best way for me to do that was to offer it through HR reps of companies that have hundreds of employees. Now, I'm not saying you got to use that as a pitch. What I'm saying is if that's your pitch, don't pitch that and then go sell somebody a $25 plan that's in the chamber. If you're going to make that sale, you have to do it like I trained on doing it. So Clarence comes to me and says, hey, I was in a meeting yesterday and I heard you talking about that product. You know what? That's really interesting. Me and my family were talking about getting a will done. So, but I'm self-employed and my wife, you know, she works for Watson Realty and Legal Shield isn't there. Like, I mean, can we help you get into Watson or whatever? Because we want to get that product, but if we can only get it through an employer, then we kind of out of luck. Well, you know what? Let's see about me getting into Watson. We got two resolves for that. Let's talk about us getting into Watson because that will be a great account for me because they're all over the country. So let's go ahead and get that set up. But let me look and see whether there's not something I can do about getting you guys enrolled in the product. I may be able to get you guys enrolled in, but just give me a business card. I'll give you a call back and I'll let you know whether or not I can just sell your family an individual product. Now I know I can do that. I know I can. But what am I doing, guys? By doing that, simply playing the game of like I can't be starving and be like, oh no, come on, let's go sit down right now. I can sell you a plan. You look hungry, and it makes what you just said in a room yesterday seem hypocritical. So now I go back to Clarence. I say, hey, Clarence, hey, good news. Hey, I can market you a membership. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you an application and you just fill that application out and I'll get it submitted for you. Or you can say, hey, look, I'm going to give you a link to a website. You go to the website, you'll know it's my website because you'll see my company name at the top in the right-hand corner, or you'll see a picture of my logo or a picture of me and you'll know it's there. Just go ahead and enroll in the program that way, like however you're going to do it. But guys, like, I know we push this. I know we do. I know we push. But I want you to know the difference here. We push walking people through our website, and I totally stand behind that. But in this circumstance I'm talking about right now, don't look that hungry. You said you do benefits. You're doing them a favor by letting them go on your website and do it. So don't walk them through it. Be patient and let them go on there and do it. They came to you wanting the membership, so I'm sure they're going to get it. Don't look hungry in that circumstance. Give them the link to your website and have them there go on there and do it. The next meeting, if they haven't done it, then you can say, hey, I never saw anything go through. Let me know that you got your membership. I'd like to get people their membership number when they enroll. Did you ever get a chance to do that? You can go and say that. Now you don't look desperate. Don't call them every day. Now, under the circumstances of you being in the chamber and marketing yourself as a person that offers benefits to companies with hundreds of employees, guys, because that's inconsistent when you're looking to build things out. Hope that makes sense to you guys, right? Yes or yes? So I want you guys to just focus on being consistent. And on the social media side of things, guys, right? And I'm not going to go through all of this stuff because, again, you guys know these trainings I do, on Wednesdays, I try not to, I'm not going to inundate y'all with, just so much stuff. But on social media, be consistent. If you can only post once a week, then do weekly posts. Just do weekly posts, but don't be sporadic. Don't do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then don't do nothing for 2 weeks. Don't post on Saturday and then don't post it again till the Saturday 3 weeks later. So you know what your schedule is. You know how much time you can post. So if you go to my YouTube channel, it says on my YouTube channel, I drop 2 videos a week. So guess what? My people aren't expecting anything more than that. Every now and then I don't post 2 videos, but it's so far and few in between, people don't notice it. But I can't just be sporadically like, either I'm gonna post every day, or I'm gonna post weekly or twice a week, but my audience is gonna know because you have to be consistent. It doesn't matter what that, you know, how often or inoften you do it, but it needs to be consistent, if that makes sense. Good? Yes, I guess? So what social media platforms do you use? You have to ask yourself, it depends on what you're doing. So if I'm saying I'm in network marketing, and because I'm in network marketing, that's kind of where my space is at. If I'm a network marketer, then I'm going to be posting on Instagram. I'm going to be posting on Facebook, right? As a network marketer, I'm not going to do a lot of posting on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is for more business professionals, career orientated stuff. So that really, to me, isn't the place where I will spend a lot of time as a network marketer. I would spend a lot of time as a network marketer in groups on Facebook, and then on Instagram, if that makes sense. If you're shooting videos, if you're saying I'm a personal trainer and I shoot training videos and all that kind of stuff, then you can use TikTok. You can use IGTV on Instagram. So you have to figure out what social media platforms you're going to use, because guess what? It gets really mundane and really tiring when you're on everything. You're on Twitter, you're on Facebook, you're on LinkedIn, you're on Pinterest, you're on Instagram, you're on all these TikTok, and it's like it gets mundane unless you got a big company doing all of those things for you. So you see these different platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, right? Blogging, through having a WordPress site or blogging, right? Those are different ways that you can market. How are you going to market yourself? I market myself in different ways depending on what business I'm running at the time. So I do some of everything, but it's associated with that specific brand, that specific business, how I'm doing it. So you have to identify those things too, like LinkedIn, YouTube, podcasts, all ways that you can really market yourself. You have to figure out which one is going to be the best one for you, right? When you're doing it. So let me take a look at something real quick. I want to talk a little bit about like bringing your audience to you, so to speak. Bear with me real quickly, guys. All right, so building an accessible community, right? As well as having a good network of industry connections, it is also important to have accessible community for your audience. So in order for your personal brand to be successful, you need your audience to trust and respect you. They will do this if they feel like you are a real person and not just a business person, which is why I always tell people, always put life stuff there too. That's why I post things about my granddaughter. That's why whatever I'm going through in life, like somebody asked me, I think a couple of days ago, somebody asked me a question about, hey, why you post stuff like you working out, and like when you injured your leg, like why you put that? And they wasn't asking me like in a bad way. They were asking me why I do that. I said, because I'm a person and people like to associate with people, right? People like to associate with people. So because people like to associate with people, they want to know that you get hurt. They want to know that you go to the hospital. They want to know that you play with your grandkids or your kids, or you're dropping your kid off to college to start college. People want to know that I'm getting my son or my daughter ready for graduation. Those are things that people want to know, because that makes you human, right? Part of the reason why the Kardashians do so well is because they put their entire life on TV. Right? So people are like, oh, okay, like people see the good, the bad, or whatever. They become connected to them because they see that they're everyday people. And you can say everyday, oh, they're rich, and they're not really everyday people because they're rich. They're still human. It doesn't matter how much money you have, you're still human. Right? You still eat every day. You still have problems. You still go to the bathroom. You still have fights with your spouse. Money doesn't stop life from happening. You may drive a better car than me. You may live in a bigger house, right? You may spend more money when you go to the grocery store, but you still fight with your spouse. You still have arguments with your brothers and sisters. You still get cussed out by people. You still get bad treatment when you go to a restaurant, right? You still get sick. You still have life going on. So it doesn't matter what status you have in life. You've got to be able to associate people to who you are and what you do. So your audience will want to connect with you as a person, not a nameless, faceless avatar, right? These are a few ways to build a community around your personal branding. This can include holding in-person events to meet with your audience, or at the very least, live sessions. Of course, we know that's a little bit on the low end because of COVID, but we know COVID is going to end. And like, I made more of a name for myself live than I ever have online, right? And I'm going to go back to doing a lot of live things because I love to travel. I love to be live. I love to, I'm a theatrical physical trainer. So even on this video, you see me moving my hands and moving, like when I train in person, like I'm a very live, personal physical trainer, and it's very difficult to fall asleep when I'm training because I'm kind of moving around, I'm going up and down the aisles, I'm telling jokes because that's how I am. So I know that that's part of my personality. So I'll always be a live trainer because I can't exude that as much online. So part of my personality is that I'm a live trainer. So it doesn't do me a lot of justice to be on video all the time, if that makes sense. So you got to know those things, all right? So starting a Facebook group and being active in it is a great way to get a discussion going and for you to impart your wisdom on a personal level. Even just responding to comments on your content post is a great way to be seen as reachable and available. This is why you see artists say things like, I'm the real Kevin Hart, or you'll see, real Donald Trump, or real whoever, whatever artist, musician, or whatever, because they want people to know I'm not paying assistants to speak for me. When you're engaging with me on Instagram, you're engaging with me, not one of my employees, because people want to have a conversation with that person that they're a fan of, if that makes sense. So another part of building an accessible community, and we're going to close out here with this last little topic here. Another thing about building an accessible community is learn how to bring business to yourself. So let's take something that's a very easy example to use. In that CDLP space that I'm in, why not create a group that says assisting truckers be safe across the United States, right? I create that group. I put my little things in place. I put a logo of a truck and I got my little tagline there, making sure truck drivers are safe across the country. When a truck driver sees that group, don't you think they're going to join that group? Yes or yes? Now, what do you put inside that group? When there's road checks going on, when you find out, when you got to stay tuned in to what's happening. And you find out while you're tuned in that, man, there's on this viaduct or this open expressway top, which is really a viaduct, they're shooting the speed guns to catch truck drivers, and then there's DOTs down there pulling them after they shoot them with the gun. If you see that because you're monitoring that kind of stuff, because you're online looking for that kind of stuff, you're in communities where you're getting that information, and then you drop it on your page. The people that are in that community are like, oh, Melissa just put here that in Columbus, Ohio, on this highway, they got speed guns shooting truck drivers, right? If the statistics come out that in Texas, this many truck drivers got put out of service during road checks, post that on that page. Now you're adding value to the truck drivers who are getting on that page, and they're going to engage on that page. They know you're helping. Now you're saying, hey guys, just so you all know, I offer a product to truck drivers. I offer a legal product. So if you guys ever need a legal service, let me know, and I can talk to you about how that'll work. Now you have an audience that they're on your page, getting free advice, pulling information that's helping them on the road. They're getting value at no cost because they're part of a free Facebook group. And now you start to do that. Now you start bringing in experts. So you find somebody that will do an interview with you that might be either DOT or somebody that specializes in truck drivers or owner operators or something like that. And you bring them and you do a live Facebook thing where you do either Zoom or you do StreamYard and you set it up as an interview and you interview that person on that page live. Now those truck drivers are driving and they've got their phone up there and they're looking at this live interview and you're interviewing somebody from DOT or some law enforcement officer or somebody who helps trucking companies with audits or something like that. Bring your community to you, get a following in that community, and then drop information there for them to get a hold of, and then they'll buy from you guys. And you can do that whether you sell real estate, whether you're a fitness trainer, but you got to give before you get. Without a doubt, you have to give before you get. That's part of that deal. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. Yes or yes. So just so you guys can follow, let me. And I'm going to be doing more trainings this way because what I'm doing now with my training company is I've got my books being created quicker and like this, like the personal branding blueprint. This comes with a lot of other stuff, guys. So, and just so y'all know, y'all guys know I'm never a price gouger. I don't do any of that kind of stuff. So, like, this is like a 50-page ebook on personal branding, your personal planning book, right? It's a 50-page, what is it? 50-page ebook. It also comes with a couple of other pieces of material that go along with it, like a resource guide, a mind map. So that if you're the kind of person that you're like, hey, I like to see it, like I'm a visual person, where it'll mind map this stuff. So on the mind map, for instance, it'll show you like, let me see something here. Bear with me 1 second, guys. See if I can pull something up. I might be able to pull it up, not sure. No, I can't pull it up. Okay. I was going to try to put some up, but I can't pull it up right now. All right. Well, they have something called a mind map where it's got the stuff mapped out where you can see it like circles and you can kind of read it that way if you like to read it, if you like to look at things in a mind map format, right? So here you've got all these different, all of the table of contents and everything that's inside the ebook. So all of these things come like whenever I'm pushing out something and I'm saying, hey, this ebook is blah, 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 whatever it may be. So like this step-by-step guide to building your personal brand, become more influential and win more clients, right? I always do a session with the ebook. So like this ebook is $9.98. That's what I market it for. So it's less than $10 for the book. Not only do a person get the book from me though, they also get an hour-long coaching session on branding themselves. So when you get the book, then you schedule your appointment with me and I give you an hour-long session. You can do that whenever you choose to. That's totally up to you. Plus you get the other things that go along with the book. And the reason why I do that stuff is because it gives people more of a workbook type of thing, not just getting the information, but being able to access something that's tangible. Like in a book format, you know, like this is set up. So it'll help you there. Now, anybody that bought the Network Marketing as an Entrepreneur book, if you bought that book and you want this book, just email me or text me and I'll give you the code. And when I give you the code, what that does is, because my customers are my customers. If you bought the Network Marketing book from me, then you get this book for half price. So all you got to do is text me and say, hey, look, I've got that book. And I know who bought it because I got a list of everybody who bought it. Because the email is going out to those people with the download for the book. So I know who has it. All I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a code. And when you're going to buy this book for $9.98, when you put that code in, it drops it 50% off. Because you already have bought one of my other books. So you get it 50% off. So, and remember, the book, also those who bought the Network Marketing book, you also get the Instagram monetization book at no cost. So remember, you get that book free. You get that ebook free. And it's really more of a checklist than it is an ebook, but it comes with some other articles and things as well. So that's kind of how all of that's working with the books that I have that I'm releasing a little bit at a time, because it gives people that tangible stuff. Because, you know, the YouTube videos are great and these Wednesday night sessions are great, but people want something to be able to put their glasses on if they wear glasses and highlight and circle and be like, okay, this is how this works. This is how I'm gonna utilize these things. If that makes sense, right? Yes or yes? So, give me 1 second. Yeah, so that's pretty much how it works. So for those that are interested in the book, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop bear with me 1 second. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. All right. So this is the link for the book. I just dropped it in the chat. That's the link for the book, guys. Again, if you're going to get the book and you bought the networking book, before you use that link to go get the book, text me and be like, hey, I got the other book, and I'll give you the password. I mean the discount code. Don't pay full price for the book. It's $9.98, but don't pay full price for it. I mean, because if anybody bought a book from me before, and that's what anything you bought from me, anything I release, pretty much you're gonna get some kind of discount because you bought something from me. Because for me, I'm more interested in delivering the information than I am with making a bunch of money on stuff. Like, my idea is not to make a bunch of money from books. My idea is my training money comes from me having clients, training clients, not from selling books. But as a trainer, if I don't have material out there, it takes away from me being a trainer if I don't have tangible material for people to get to, if that makes sense. So I'm going to open up now if anybody has any questions about anything. Mute yourself. And again, I know there's only a few of you guys on here because I said I wasn't going to be doing the training this week because of surgery, but my attorney did not want them to use the doctor they were using, so they playing that game, and I'm just kind of sitting back. I'm letting the doctors and the attorneys do whatever they're doing. I'm just trying to play my position. So my attorney told them that they needed to reschedule my surgery. So here I am, not surgery. Is that a word? Is surgery the word? I know it's not. So go ahead and unmute yourself. You got any questions about anything before we close?
Mr. Dunbar.
Yes, sir. What's up?
What I wanted to add, what I wanted to ask you is, I had bought a portion of your, I think, network in this book. Will you get a discount or you won't?
Say that again.
Okay. I have bought a portion of your network marketing book.
What you mean you bought a portion? You can't buy a portion of it. What you mean?
To buy both the network. When you had us to pay, where we could get, when you were like offering like a chapter of it.
No, if you paid the $497, man, you paid for the whole book. You ain't paid for a portion. That you paid for the book. That was pre-order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're gonna be getting the book emailed to you because remember I told you I had some kinks I had to work on some stuff. So now the book is gonna be going out. The chapter 3, you wasn't paying for that. You got the chapter 3. I gave that chapter out to everybody ahead of time so that they could read it. The $497 paid for the whole book. So when you paid $497, you bought the book.
Yeah, I paid $497.
Yeah. You bought the book. No, don't worry about that. No, you didn't pay for a portion. You bought the book. The book only cost $497. That's all it costs.
Now, will this link be in that email?
What link be in that email?
The one that you just sent over on this this webinar that you just did, or
no, I didn't send an email for this webinar. I didn't send anything out for this. I didn't send anything out for this because I wasn't planning on doing the training today because of surgery. So like I didn't even send an email out for this. Like I put it on Facebook probably like 2 hours before it started. So that's why there's nobody on here. I didn't send an email out. So nobody got an email for this.
Okay, but I'm talking about the link that you just put on here just now.
No, that link is for the book, the ebook that we just were talking about. So the book that you bought already, that's already coming to in the email. Like I got a system emailing that out to people a little bit at a time.
Okay.
Like you don't have to do nothing for that. Like that's coming to you in the email already. Because when you bought it, your email went to the system, so it's emailing it out. You don't have to worry about that.
Okay. All right. Gotcha. Thanks.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah, that part is done. As far as if you want to get this book, just text me and say, hey, I want to get this book. And I will text you back the discount code so you get this book for 50% off. On the branding. Yeah.
Okay.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah, I follow what you're saying.
Yeah, you bought the networking book already. So now you get a 50% discount on this book here on the branding book. Because in the branding book that's already done. So when you go to buy the branding book at 50% off, you're gonna download it when you're buying it. So when you buy that book, you're gonna be able to download it. So now my system is different. So now when you buy a book, when you buy it, boom, you hit the download button, you get the whole book when you buy it.
I got you. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, brother. Good stuff.
Thanks.
Hello, Mr. Dunbar.
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. I like that leather in that car.
Thank you. Question. So is LinkedIn good for business solutions if you're in that area?
Oh yeah. I would if you're in business solutions, I would definitely be using LinkedIn. And I would suggest for you, I don't know what your budget is. I would suggest that you pay for LinkedIn. Because a lot of times if you're not a premier person, people know that. They can see that, know that. Does that make sense?
It does.
And they don't take you serious because it's almost like, you know what I mean? It's almost like you're not part of the club. Like you're trying to get business from us, but you're not paying to be a part of LinkedIn. So again, I don't know what your budget is because it's not like it's only $5 or something like that. It costs a little bit to do it. I mean, it shouldn't break the bank, but you know, everybody's finance is different. Right. I would tell you LinkedIn, I would pay for it because people can see that you pay for it and they'll take you a little bit more serious. Plus you got other little things that you can do when you pay for it. But I would certainly go ahead.
I use LinkedIn now, and so I'm pretty successful with it, but I haven't used it in the business solutions arena. But I can definitely see how paying for it would put me in a better position to get those big ticket people.
Yeah, and I would also tell you to do something else. We're talking about branding, right? I would also tell you to form a company, some kind of benefits company. Like I have 2 benefits companies, and I say benefits because you want benefits to be in the name, because you want companies to realize that you're a benefits company because you'll get more business that way. Some people will name your company some whatever name that means something to them, and it's like that's great, but who you selling to? They don't know you're a benefits company. When people see my company name, whether I'm talking or not, they see Living Legacy Benefits Group, or they see Oceanside Benefits Group. That lets them know I'm a benefits company. So I would say form a benefits company, get you a logo, and use that on LinkedIn as business solutions, and then tell people you offer a legal and identity theft benefit. Don't go on there as Legal Shield.
Got it.
That's what I would suggest to you, because
it's funny you say that, because I think several weeks back you talked about that, and I actually wrote down like trying to come up with some names for a benefit company, because I want to focus on that and small businesses. That's kind of my focus with Legal Shield. But it makes sense how I need to have my own company, because they're going to respond to that quicker than they would just, oh, I'm representing Legal Shield.
Right. Plus, you put yourself in a pool of, I mean, how many people in Legal Shield on LinkedIn saying that they legal?
Right.
Like, you don't even stand out. If you say I'm a benefits company, offer legal identity theft benefit, now you at least hold their attention enough, because somebody might be like, okay, I like Melissa, so I'm gonna work with her. You know what I mean? An Aflac agent that wants to sell Legal Shield may be like, you know what, I like Melissa, I'm gonna work with her, versus not even giving you a chance because it's like, oh, she Legal Shield.
Yeah.
So that's why I tell people to do that. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
You got it. Anybody else? Go wing once. Go wing twice. All right. So, all right, guys. I appreciate you all. It's been an hour and 19 minutes. So, yeah, 20 minutes over 10 o'clock. So this video will be ready. Not much editing to do. Just the beginning when we started, and that's pretty much it. No music to edit, none of that stuff. So thank you guys for being on. Sorry I didn't send anything out to you all, but everything is recorded, so the people who missed it, they can see it on YouTube, and I will be sending an email out to everybody with this training. So don't worry about that. We'll be good on all those things. But again, too, don't y'all know, y'all looking at my background. Don't worry about, I'm moving right now, so my house is in shambles, and getting ready to be out of here about the 31st. So I'm packing while I'm working. So see you guys next week. We will be doing a little bit more branding stuff because I got a lot of requests on branding because people are wanting to, especially online, put themselves in a place where people recognize them for them as opposed to a part of the company that they're being a part of the company that they are a part of. So that's what we're going to concentrate on for a little bit, just to make sure people get that, get a little bit more out of that brand and stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the training. Look forward to hearing from you guys all soon. If you have any questions about anything, if you want to pick up that ebook,